What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, Jeremy? What's good? Well, you made it through it. It's Friday. I know a lot of y'all looking forward to Friday. It's motherfucking Friday, man. It's motherfucking Friday, man. What's good? What's good, Alex? Y'all hit that like button when y'all come in here, man. Hit that like button when you come in here. Yep, let's go, man. Ain't no doubt. Eh, You got an hour to kill for your gig, huh? It's all good. You already know I ain't gonna be here for no hour. I ain't gonna take that much of your time up, because you know me, I firmly believe time is money and money is time. But only as long as it's time well spent, right? And that's for real. Thank God it's Friday. This ain't no juice, man. This black tea. I'm drinking tea this morning, man. I'm on some tea shit right now. I ain't got time to be I don't need no boost this morning, man. I've been up for quite some time now. You already know it's Friday, man. I just came back in. Anytime you see me with this type of shit on, that mean I just came back in. I just came from running, man. Anytime you see me with any of this shit on, I just came from running, man. And even though it ain't fucking hot outside, but it's cold in this motherfucker. You know, I live in a cold storage in my house. You know, people like it cold in here, regardless of whether it's hot, cold, or whatever. The temperature got to stay to a certain temperature in this motherfucker, man. Especially when you got two thermostats. You know, you got one upstairs and one downstairs, man. So I'm fortunate enough to live in a nice motherfucking house, man. I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that. Oh yeah, man. You already know, man. What's understood don't need to be explained. Like I say, but when you come in here, hit that like button, man. All this shit free. You don't even have to pay. This ain't the tollway. This ain't the tollway where you gotta pay every time you come through, man. You know what I'm saying? It's either thumbs up or thumbs down. Either which one, hit the motherfucker. I don't care. Do whatever you feel that suits you, as long as it satisfies you. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, Eric, man? It's all good, man. You know me, man. Like I said, I'm up early this morning. I just came from motherfucking running. Actually, I'm kind of congested, man, because I'm running against the motherfucking wind. So, but it is what it is, man. You know, I got to stay consistent on that shit because if I don't, the day I lay off is the day I miss the payoff. In other words, if I don't do it and I get used to not doing it, I ain't gonna do the shit no more. Y'all know how we are. If that shit don't become accustomed to your everyday life, guess what? You gonna quit. And I ain't no different. So that's why I get up and do that shit early and get it out of the way. In other words, I check that shit off the ballot, you know. But ain't no doubt it's a mission mindset. It's gotta be. I mean, that's with anything you do in life, man. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I had a motherfucking word of the day when I came in here. But I seen that mission mindset that pivoted me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pivot to that, man. I'm gonna pivot to mindset. Yeah. So shout out, man, to Kincaid for even putting that in the chat, man. See how shit go hand in hand? Good morning, good morning. You see how shit go hand in hand? How I had a word of the day, and then Kincaid put that motherfucker in that mission mindset. That's a catchphrase for me, and I can speak on that. That's me acknowledging the shit that you put in up, man. And that's for real, man. I appreciate that, man. So I'm gonna speak on the mindset, man. And that's real. You know, it took me a long time to understand when they say the mind's a terrible thing to waste, right? And by believe me, it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a motherfucking terrible thing to waste. Although sometimes we do that. And it don't mean that we on no motherfucking drugs. It just means that the mindset that we go into things with is really not the mindset that we need to achieve the goal that we set out to do, right? And what I mean by that, uh, if you go into a motherfucking a situation where it don't require the same attention as a serious situation, then what I say about that is you really overthinking the situation. If you can ride and understand what I'm saying. Sometimes we overthink situations. In other words, we make things bigger than what they are, right? And we all guilty of that. Why? Because nobody wants to lose. I think that's the reason why we overthink shit a lot of time. Everybody set out to win, nobody wants to lose. But you can't measure every situation as the same. You know, sometimes you got to handle certain shit with care, and sometimes you got to be aggressive towards certain situations, man. But like I say, you know, it's the mindset in which we go into the situation or the conversation with, right? And that's a lot of times we got to understand this here too, man, that it's the certain type of aggressiveness we go into certain things with, man. You know, because aggression, going into a situation or a conversation, aggressive, you will receive the aggressive conversation back, right? So like I said, man, everybody don't have the same mindset. Everybody don't have the same everybody don't have the same mental capacity to accept good shit or bad shit. In other words, what I'm saying. But it's all the mindset, man. And that's why I say sometimes you got to tailor shit when you go into it, right? Remember, this is what I'm telling you. Sometimes you have to tailor your words when you speaking to people. In other words, what I mean by tailor your words is you have to dress that shit up to suit the people that you are talking to, right? Because everybody's mindset is not the same. And everybody cannot handle an aggressive conversation or a real conversation. So like I say, you got a lot of people, man, of age, but as far as from a mind standpoint, they are still the same age as they was when were adolescent, right? And that's proven, that's a proven fact, right? And some people, you got a lot of people that go through childhood trauma, right? And they fucks with them even till in their adult life. So when that shit comes up, the blockers and the defense comes up, right? And they automatically get on the defensive side. Although you are not being that person or you didn't inflict that trauma on that person, guess what? Those words are harsh words to certain people, and it's a red flag, and they automatically go on the defensive side. That's why I say, man, really pick and choose the things that you say to certain people, man, because you never know what that person might be going through. You know, they might have had they might have been molested as a kid growing up, and if this is a woman, she might have been raped. You know, so when you go into conversation with people that are not as mentally strong as you are, you have to tailor your words, man. In other words, humble yourself to allow that person to be understood versus overstood, right? And that's why I say, man, that was a nice gesture, mission, mindset, right? That's the two M's. And I'm gonna keep that in my motherfucking computer. The mission mindset. And that's facts, man. And like I said, man, it's just sometimes that we as people, we gotta tailor our words, man. Because words are powerful, man. Regardless of whether people show it or not. You know, sometimes people will receive something and take it as, you know, being the wrong thing, but they only act on it after they lay down and think about it. And then that's when they come up and say, you know what, I ain't gonna let that motherfucker talk to me like that, or I ain't gonna let that motherfucker say that to me. And then on the back end of that, then it's a response come from that, right? You know, it's easier said than done. Put it like that. Everything in life is easier said than done, right? And that's real talk. Ain't no doubt. Certain words can trigger certain emotions, man, and that's real. You know, the only people that can't see that is the people that don't receive certain things well, right? Like I said, you know, that's why people get so much time when they do a certain crime, right? If you are at a situation or you are at a scene and you and this person have an altercation and you leave and you come back, that's why they said the shit was premeditated. Why? Because you had time enough to think about it and you left and you came back. And that's the same as that person had time to think after they left and they mind process, they said, you know what, this motherfucker disrespected me, so I'm gonna go and do this. And those are the words that the housewife was speaking on, where she said that certain words can trigger certain emotions, which is a true statement, you know. And we as people, man, we all emotional, man, whether we want to believe it or not. It's just some people handle it better than others. You know, we all get upset, shit is all emotional, but at the end of the day, man, it's the mindset that you go into that shit with. You know, it's a lot of times, man, the best words in certain situations is no words, man. The best words in certain situations are no words at all, especially if you are dealing with a narcissist. If you are dealing with a narcissist person, the best words is no words. Why? Because that person is a very emotional person. You know, and when you take the time out to look that up, narcissist, and you'll understand where I'm coming from. A narcissist person is a very emotional person, right? And they act off impulse, you know. And at some time and point in our life, regardless of whether we want to admit it or not, that a very small percentage of us was a narcissist. Why? Because we all haven't been built forward tough. It takes situations and certain things to get us to that point to where we're able to say, you know what? I'm not gonna even worry about that shit. I'm gonna walk away from it. It's not important. It doesn't add value to my life, so why in the fuck am I gonna worry about it, right? But you gotta remember, everybody ain't built like that. So some of that shit you gotta walk away from. You know, it ain't about addressing everything. And most of all, man, it's the mindset of whatever you go into. In other words, whatever you put in, that's what you gonna get out. And that's facts, man. So I just want to tell y'all, man, that the day is Friday, which we all know that. The day is Friday. We all know that. But for me, it's still game 7. I got 2 more days in the week, and the shit starts right back over, right? It's game 7, and I don't have no motherfucking plan B. It's only plan A with me. I feel like those that have a plan B are those people that know they're gonna fail in whatever they set out to do, right? And that's just me. I expect more of me, and I can't expect that from other people because I don't know. I don't know people like that. You know, I don't know people that tap in the chat. I don't know people like that. And that's why I always say that if I'm the smartest motherfucker in the room, we in trouble. In other words, don't be the smartest person in your circle. Don't do that. Salute, man. Y'all hit that, I say Mitchell says got his wife. She watching with it, man. So, y'all salute that up, man, because more people in the chat, you know, like I said, it's understanding that beat the world, man. If we all can understand and be on one accord, man, we'll be good, man, because guess what? It take a team to win, man. It take a team to win. No one person has won anything in their whole life, although when they get there, they feel like that it was all about them. You know, that's where the me mentality come in at. Me. And that's a person being a small narcissist, not he or she is not giving anybody else credit for the things that they've achieved in life, man. You know, so salute to Keller for watching, man. It's all good, man. You know, we just here spreading a little positive vibe this morning, man. We've been here 17 minutes, and I promise you we won't be here no 2 or 3 hours, man, because I don't have the time, and I don't think the people have the time, especially this time in the morning, to be on here 2 or 3 hours listening to me. It's just not that important. So I'm not going to even pretend like that it's that important. You know, I'm just an ordinary man that gets up in the morning, man, and do the things ordinary people do, which put my energy in the right place. You know, whether people accept it or not is up to them, man. But I'm here to just put a little positive energy out in the world, regardless of how people may see it or regardless how people may take it. You know what I'm saying? And that's real, man. And I hope y'all get that same energy to wherever y'all go after leaving here, man. And have the mindset to understand that, hey, sometimes we have to tailor our words when we go into conversation, man, because we never know what a person has been through, right? And at any moment that by you saying the wrong thing can trigger that person's trauma. And that's real. And I can't put it no other way than that. We are emotional people that walk this earth. And I always say this, and I want y'all to understand this in a positive way, right? Society as a whole is not set up for you to win. It is set up and designed for the people that are down here to lose. And that's real. Understand where I'm coming from. Society as a whole is not set up for you to win. What's up, Victor? It's all good on my end, man. Like I said, you know, the word of the day, and some people call it the breakfast of the day, is the mission mindset. But be careful when I say that, the mission mindset. And that word of the day didn't come from me, that came from somebody in the chat, Kincaid. I'm just speaking on it. That's it. So I can't take the credit for the word of the day. The person in the chat came up with that, and it triggered my motherfucking mind, you know. So I'm up early in the morning. I done hit the reset button after getting a good night rest, running this morning. So I took that word right there and turned it to where we at now, man. The mission mindset, man. And all I want people to understand when I say tailor your words and tailor your actions when you're going in a situation, man, ain't no doubt I was. Was you? Yeah, I was over there. Yep. Parkway legend. Yeah, I was over there, man. Yeah, I did a lot of time over there, man. I did 10 years. 10 years on that motherfucking joint. And if you know me and I was over there, I'm the same motherfucker I am now. Ain't nothing changed. Only thing about it, I'm free, which was well deserved, you know. But it's a lot of time I had to tailor my motherfucking words and tailor my actions so I can be where I am today, man. And that's for real. But anyway, man, it's Friday. How many of y'all are looking forward to this day right here? Some of y'all probably worked all week and needed this motherfucking day to get here before y'all quit. How many of y'all needed this day to get here before y'all quit that job, man? Because I understand it can be hell dealing with other people, man. It can be hell dealing with other people, man. And that's for real. Like my boy said, I quit every Friday. Say, hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You quit every Friday, you go back Monday, man. I understand, man. We been through the same shit, man. Everybody in life been through the same shit, man. That's real. Everybody in life been through the same shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always bullshit everywhere you go, man. People can always bring negative energy, man. That's real. Oh, you off on Friday now, huh? I hear you. But what do you do when you off on Friday, man? What do you do? Do you reset? Do you rest up? Or do you just, just sit around, man? You know, whatever you do is to each his own, man. As long as you bring the positive mindset to wherever you go and whatever you do, man, it's all good, man. You know, that's why I say what I say, man. Anybody that I meet in life, man, they have no excuses to complain, man. It's no excuse to complain. You know why, man? Because it's people going through worse shit than you are. You know, that's why I never complain, man. Because you know why I could be down there still on that end of the field, man. I could be right down on that end of the field, man. But however, I'm blessed to be where I'm at now, man. That's why I never complain or none of that shit. Hey, man, you better be careful about saying that shit, Small. Your motherfucking wife might hear that shit, man. She might not take too. I just told you to tailor your words, man. Your actions speak louder than words, man. Don't think like that, man. Just look at it like this here. The best thing about her coming into town is she don't stay there. She just come into town to visit and she leave. So, but you got to tailor your words and tailor your actions, man, how that shit go, man. Say, boy, y'all hard in this motherfucker. Y'all hard, boy. Y'all hard, man. But it's all right, man. It's all right to be humorous about the situation, man. Just understand one thing, though, man. Uh, you were fortunate enough to have a wife and a mother-in-law, man. Because we going to miss them when they gone. And they going to miss you when you gone, man. So be kind, man. Be generous and be kind, although sometimes people don't deserve that shit, right? But the minute you go to acting like that person, then you become that person, man. You know, and that's why I said what I said, man. Understand what I said a few minutes ago, man. Always try to be a better person than the day before, man. And understand it's a mission mindset, man. And we are dealing with narcissistic people in the world, man. Narcissistic people in the world exist, man. Those are the people that are emotional and act out on any and everything, man. And when you have time, man, look that word up, man. And look at your surroundings and see how many people of that level that you are dealing with. See how many people fall into that category that you deal with every day. And when you look that up and you see how many people that's in your motherfucking category or your catalog or that you run into every day that are narcissistic people, then you begin to understand. You know what I'm saying? That way you can distance yourself from those type of people, man, because a narcissistic person will prey on you and a situation that has encountered in your life, and they'll try to use that to have leverage against you. But when you're able to recognize that, then that shit won't bother you, you know. But you have to be careful with the mindset, man, because those type of people feelings are hurt very easy. You know, they are very lonely, you know, but anyway, and we see them every day. They walk around every day, man. They walk around every day. But like I said, man, it's a mission mindset. Man, that's it. I can't get enough of that motherfucker, man. That's going on the vision board, man. That's going on the vision board, man. That's right up there with with the everyday life shit, you know, because sometimes people don't have a mindset at all. If you think about it, they don't have a mindset, and they goddamn so they on no mission. So that's a good look, man. That shit made me smile. I came with this motherfucker with something else on my mind, and heard Kincaid come in with this motherfucking shit, man. I appreciate it, man. You know. But remember, man, tailor your words and tailor your actions, man, when dealing with other people, man, because people's feelings are easily hurt, man, and we all don't have the same character. In other words, we are not all cut from the same cloth. Most people in life you run into are cut from a toilet tissue roll, and we already know how that shit evaporate when water hit it, right? That's some people mindset, or that's some people mental toughness. They have the mindset of a piece of toilet tissue. Ain't no doubt. You better tailor your words if you want to keep that lady, you know, because she ain't going to have you not treat mama right. And she might love you. But guess what? We all know one thing. Mama is the first woman that anybody ever loved. Why you think on Mother's Day, everybody break their neck to go get mama something. Then Father's Day come around, guess what? Ain't shit coming. You know, I can't hate on that because mama was the first woman that everybody loved, man. So if there's any mothers in the chat this morning, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. We couldn't do that shit without you, man. We couldn't, man, ain't no doubt. You're going to get the less of the less, man, because they feel like you don't supposed to get nothing because you the man anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I say Father's Day, you can look for that shit, a pair of socks and a card. But when Mother's Day hit, they want everything under the sun, man. And they ain't trying to hear no excuses. It's by any means necessary. Get out there and get that gift and get it where it's going, man. And that's real, man. Like I said, man, that's why we do this, man, Monday through Friday, man. We're going to be humorous, and we're going to bring some laughter in this motherfucker. If it ain't nothing but for 30 minutes of laughter, man, but it's 30 minutes of enjoyable, you know, just real conversation, man, and understanding that it's no big us and no little anybody. It's just more in a conversation, man, something we can do with or without, man. You know, whatever it is that add value to your life, man. And I understand that sometimes, you know what, people have selective hearing. I do too. In other words, I hear shit that I want to hear and the shit that I don't want to hear, I don't adhere to it, man. So for anybody that just joined the chat, man, get whatever you feel like is good from when we come on in the morning, man. And take that and put it in into a good place, man. It's kind of like this here. I compare that shit in the morning time to music. Whatever your music mindset is, 9 out of 10, that's the way your thought process gonna go, right? And that's something I had to learn too, man. That I like rap music. I like rap music, but I understand one thing that I have an aggressive past. My past is aggressive. I did things aggressive in my past and shit that I'm not proud of. Shit that landed me in a place that I thought I would never go. But our actions always match up with our words, you know. and I wasn't always a good person when it came to certain shit. You know, when the pocket got low, it was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You know, when the money was gone, then I transformed, and I didn't transform into who I was now. You know, I was a mean motherfucker. You know, and I ain't proud to say that I was a mean motherfucker, and I did a lot of motherfucking me shit that was mean, as far as when it come to go and get money, but I was getting it the wrong way. But when you know better, you do better. You know, and as I got older and understood, hey man, it's a better way. You have to do it. It's a better way. But like I said though, our mission mindset lead us in places that we never thought we'll go, right? So in other words, what I'm saying, man, in order to fix, man, the problem in any situation, man, is, you have to have that type of mindset, man. And you have to recognize your weaknesses and your strength, right? And my weaknesses in my life was me not having enough money to provide for the things that I needed. So I went about the wrong way of getting that shit, and it cost me. But that was my weakness. Everybody else's weaknesses are different. We are all different in one way or another, man. But once I fixed that, I begin to understand, you know what, man? This is the way you need to get this shit, man, because any other way is gonna cost you, right? And I fixed that shit. But that shit didn't come overnight, you know? So that's why I say aggressive situations and situations where they gonna wake that shit up inside of me, I stay away from that shit. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that ride, man. I remember that motherfucker there. Yeah, I remember that on 8 building. Ain't no doubt. Damn right, I remember that, and that's facts. Shout out to you, man, for staying focused and being on this side of the fence, man. And that's real, man. Although I've never met you, but I can't lie and say you wasn't there, because you put that shit right on the money, and you know me. And just because I don't know you and just because I didn't see you, don't mean you wasn't there. So shout out to you for putting that shit behind you in the rear view and coming on this side of the fence, man, because this is where it's at anyway. Ain't shit inside no institution where you being told what to do all day. Ain't shit in that motherfucker, man. So shout out to you, man. And that's real. Shout out to you for being on this side of the fence, man. And the only way you're gonna be able to match and feel like you conquered that is this. The double-digit years has to come up. Whatever time you spent inside that motherfucker, the same amount of time you have to be here to even break even. And that's the way I measure my shit too. I have to be on the flatland for 50 years to even break even. Anything else, anything other than that is uncivilized, man. And you know what? I got 14 more years to go for me to break even, man. Who's to say I'm gonna be in this motherfucker? I don't know. I don't know what tomorrow gonna bring. But I'm here now, and I plan on staying, and all that shit is in the rearview mirror, man. So shout out to you, right? And shout out to one of my partners just got out, man. Did 32 years flat, man. 32 flat, man. Came home in March, man. Talked to him yesterday, man. Imagine doing 32 years flat in one place, man, and coming to society, man, and still being built to last. Came to the world, man. Now you're a heavy equipment machine operator. Make more money than a lot of people that's been out here forever. How do I explain, on both sides of the fence? Well, your situation is like this here, Jeremy, and it ain't unique. It's just, hey, man, you understand one thing, that you got to provide for the people that's in your realm. You got to provide for the people that's in your realm. It's no different than you working at the car dealership or you working at one of these retail stores out there, right? Sometimes as people, man, we choose employment that suits our area, wherever we at. because the ETA means a lot. Ain't no sense of you going way where you going and trying to get a motherfucking job when you can work right there and it's 5 or 10 minutes from the house, because that'll take from the bottom line total of what you make, right? So you working in a prison, man, ain't shit wrong with that. You know, ain't shit wrong with working in no prison, man. But at the end of the day, man, it's still you got to have the mindset that you only work here, you don't live here. And that used to be my only problem in that motherfucker because you would have people that come in there, they work there, but they don't understand that the people there live there. And they'll come in with a disrespectful attitude and a disrespectful manner. It was never no words that was tailored. It was they said whatever they said or that was on their mind. Not understanding that, hey, you work here, I live here. But at the end of the day, I can fix it where you don't leave this motherfucker. And I think sometimes people forget that, you know. So man, it ain't that's what you have to understand, man. You get the best of both sides, and you can understand that what's true and what's not true, and you can understand sometimes when people get on here that they stretch the truth. But with you being there every day, you getting informative information about shit that nobody can get. I can't give the information that you have. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on, Jaden? It's all good, man. I see you just now tapped in, man, but you welcome. But we got a rule over here. When you tap in, it's kind of like when you walk to the door, when you say hello, you got to hit the like button, whether it's a up or whether it's a down. Now, I don't feel like it's going to be a down button because you wouldn't be up this morning getting no down buttons. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Let's hit the like button when we step in this joint, man. Anything that's free in life, let's make it happen. Oh, that's all. What's up? What's up, son? I see you in the building, man. Well, you know what, Jeremy? Let me tell you about that, man. You got to understand one thing, man. Regardless of wherever you wherever you at, wherever you go, man. That's even in a new relationship. I like to paint pictures, right? When you got a man or a woman that goes into a new relationship, it's the proving stage. They got to prove themselves to whoever, to the man. The woman got to prove to herself that she ain't no cheater. And the man got to prove to her that he ain't no cheater, right? I look at it as a business deal, man. So whatever you in or whatever situation you in, man, it's always a proving phase until that person figures out, you know what, I don't have to do this shit. All I have to do is be me and come here and do my time to the best of my ability and try to get out of this motherfucker, right? But at the end of the day is this, man. Remember, you work there. You don't live there. It's people that are there are never getting out. So they're not going to adjust their attitude to whomever worked there. People will always come into it. People are always coming to a situation, man, with so much motherfucking time that automatic makes a person aggressive. Although it's that person's fault for committing that crime and going there. But that shit is a building stage, man. People have to work up to that because sometimes people are not going to hold themselves accountable for the shit that they did, man. People going to always point the finger at somebody else. But at the end of the day, they not realizing this, that you came into my motherfucking world. You put yourself in this system. I didn't put you here. I just work here. So it's a lot of times people have to get to that point where they can understand that. That's why so many people go to SEG and all that shit, man. Why? Because those people are full of so much of aggression to where they blaming other people. Ain't no doubt. Did you hear what Small Dollar say? If he got 30 years, he gonna do that shit his way. He gonna do that shit his way until he understand that he inside of a system and it can get a far lot worse when he do it his way because they have things in place that will make you adhere to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, man. 17 years and free, man. Ain't no doubt. Don't look back. That shit is in the rear view. And we understand one thing, don't ever let your motherfucking past define your future, whether people try to box you in or not. Because half of motherfucking society has been to prison. And there's a lot of people that's never been to prison, but they're in prison in society, inside of their own motherfucking head. They can't find a way to get unhandcuffed. So shout out to you for being free for 17 years, man. And I appreciate you for tapping in, man. And for those that help subscribe to the channel, make sure you subscribe, man. And that's for real, man. And motherfuckers say 17 years and free, that shit didn't come easy, man. That shit didn't come easy, man, because there's a lot of temptations out here in society right now that'll land a man right back in prison, man. And that's real quick, regardless of whether you been or not. You can find yourself locked up. Like I said, man, work is work. See, work is work. You can't distinguish where you work at, and you can't be prejudiced of where you work at, man. Work is work. If you work at Burger King, that's a check mark. If you work at McDonald's, that's a check mark. I don't give a fuck where you work at. I don't care where you work at, because I don't know your situation. I don't know your bills. I don't know what you got to do to get your money. But I do know this. If you do what I did, your ass going to prison. You know what I'm saying? I know that. That's all I know about work. I wasn't working. I wasn't working. And when I wasn't working, I was doing fucked up shit, so it sent me to a place, and I was confined to that motherfucker for a long time. So guess what? Work is work. And you might not make much money as the next person. Yeah, I was putting in work the wrong motherfucking way. And I'm not proud of that shit. I'm not proud of that shit. I was putting in work the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So, I was hustling backwards. Can anybody relate to that? I was hustling backwards. I'm hustling forward, and I was hustling backwards. You know what I'm saying? So, I was hustling in a fucked up way, you know? And to my surprise, people in society right now are still hustling backwards. They think they're ahead. But they don't get when I say hustling backwards. What I mean by hustling backwards is this. Well, what's up? What's good, Wayne? Like I say, what I mean by hustling backwards is this right here. Ain't no doubt. Boy, you get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Give me a salute, man, a small dollar. Hit that motherfucker right on the head, man. For anybody that's heard what I just said, man, salute that up to small dollar, man. And understand one thing, you hit that shit right on the head until Johnny Law take all that shit away, man. I ain't never seen so many people in society think they winning as far as hustling, and they go to court and give it all back. You know what I'm saying? They go to court and give it all back. And that's for real. And then another thing is this here. Let me tell you what they do. And I've been tried like that. Motherfuckers tried me like that. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't no knock on the person that tried me like that. A person, a friend of mine. But at the end of the day, people don't know who you are and how you are. And they don't know if you changed or not. So they gonna try you on the front end, right? So, matter of fact, 10 years ago when I touched down, right? A motherfucker thought the answer and the solution to my problem was giving me some motherfucking work. They said, you know what I'm saying? My partner. This was my partner. It ain't no knock on him because he hadn't seen me in a long time. And he was in a position to serve me with some shit that thought, well, it might put me back on top, right? But I'm saying to myself, he don't know, so it's not his fault. He don't know. He think I'm the same person. You know, although I look the same, and the only difference is I'm not from the body frame has changed. You know what I'm saying? So, but when a man's body frame changes, that don't mean his mind changes, right? And everything in life, man, is a mindset. It starts from the mind, man. That's where you rebuild everything in your life is from right here. So he offered me some work. And, I had to have a sit down with him. And I told him, and I said, let me ask you something, homie. If you cared anything about me, you wouldn't give me some shit that's going to send me back where I come from. He didn't look at it like that. He thought he was helping my situation, but he wasn't helping my situation. He was giving me some shit that's going to put me in a worse situation where I just come from, right? But people don't know that. People don't know that until you tell them that. That's why I say the world is designed and set up for you to lose. And the people in the world, they don't understand that when they offer you shit that's gonna make your situation worse, they putting you in the losing bracket. And it don't mean they don't give a fuck about you. It don't mean they don't give a fuck about you, right? And people don't understand, when you leave your current situation and you leave people behind, when you leave your current situation and you leave people behind, but you got the audacity to go in that motherfucker, what's good? Ain't no doubt. So when you go in that motherfucker and you pick that pen and paper up, right? When you pick that pen and paper up and you write back home and you say, Mama, I love you. In your mind, you saying that, but in your heart, you lying. You lying. You writing them kids and you tell them you love them, you lying. Because your actions don't match up with your words. Your actions don't match up with your words. You know why? Because you in a situation and position right now where you can't even provide. But people can't see that for when their mindset is not right. They think they putting in work the right way. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no doubt. Like Small Dollar said, she would say, just put that flower on my grave. Took me years to figure out. Pico in the building, man. What's up, Pico, man? Shout out, homie. If y'all ain't subscribed to Hot Thoughts channel, man, y'all go over there and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah. Another youngster on the rise, man. Help him get where he need to be at, man. And that's for real. So like I say, man, anytime you make a move, include the people that's in your motherfucking life. Because you know why? They're going to suffer consequences and repercussions just like you are. When you go down, they go down. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I was the motherfucker that was pushing the pen, saying this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I was pushing the pen saying that type of shit until I was getting a response back say, how in the fuck you love me, but you still taking penitentiary chances in order to satisfy your motherfucking ego. You satisfy your ego when all you got to do is do the right shit and you'll stay here forever. And I began to understand, man, one thing. I can't love the motherfucking people because I keep leaving them. Remember what I said. I don't give a fuck what you do in life. It's your life. But understand one thing. If you have a narcissistic attitude, sooner or later people gonna recognize that shit. They're gonna recognize that shit. And guess what they gonna say? He ain't about us. He about him. Because it's more ways than one to provide for a situation. And I'm not here to talk down or bash no nigga in the streets. I don't give a fuck about that. That has nothing to do with me. But I'm gonna keep it a bill 10 when I show up. I'm gonna keep it 110 when I show up. And that's why I brought it, that's what I said. And people don't understand when I say, man, I ain't got a problem with what you do or how you do it, but I will say this, you hustling backwards. And I let them understand or try to figure out what they say, what I'm saying when they walk off. Because sometimes shit hit different when people lay down and go to sleep. Sometimes shit hit different when people lay down and go to sleep. And that's real. It hit way different when they lay down and go to sleep. And sometimes it takes people years and years to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes people years and years to catch up with what people saying. You know? And hustling backwards and sending your ass to somewhere that you really don't want to go. You know? And like I said, man, I got so many people that's on my team that's still behind that motherfucking wall, and they'll be a great asset to me and my situation if they were here. This shit I'm doing now on YouTube, if I could bring some of my other people to tell their shit, it'll blow you away. It'll blow you away. It'll blow you a motherfucking way. And that's for real. It's kind of like I got a partner right down there now. Been down that motherfucker for 51 years. Can you imagine being locked up for 51 years? That's a long motherfucking time. He been locked up for 51 years. And the shit that I tell on YouTube about being locked up ain't shit. It ain't shit to compare to what he can tell if he was on this side of the fence. And that's for real. And that's real. Shout out, Diablo. All I'm telling you, man, is the mindset is what keep you winning, man. The mindset is what keep you winning, man. Yeah, he was locked down during the turnkey days. It used to be a motherfucking turnkey. He was a turnkey. So he had to deal with building tenders. You know, and during my tenure in there, man, for 25 years, man, I met turnkeys, turnkeys and building tenders. And little do people know, my old man was a motherfucking turnkey. You know, my old man, I take that back, my old man was a building tender, man. Head building tender on Clemens, man. 1978. For anybody that's in the chat, man, go to YouTube and watch the video on the Iceman, and he'll tell you. The head motherfucking me building tender. In other words, when I was growing up, and my mother used to take me to go see my pops, right? We didn't go inside the unit. My old man used to walk out to the car. He used to leave out the motherfucking TDC gate on Clemens, the burning hell, right? And he used to, my old man, check it out. And shout out to whoever the documentary, but I'm telling you some real shit, some real shit. It ain't no documentary, ain't nothing I heard. This is shit that I was in. My old man used to walk outside the Clemens walls when I used to go visit him when I was a small kid, to visit him. Go to my channel and look up the Iceman, and he giving it to you all right there. All that shit, you know, Mr. Larry and all them people, my old man know them, right? My old man used to walk outside the walls, the motherfucking Burden Hill Clemens unit, and sit in the car with us. So all the motherfucking turnkey, building tender stories, and all that shit, even before I touched foot inside a prison, man, I knew that shit. I knew all of that shit, man. Why? Because I was going down them roads visiting him way before I ever went to prison. Way before I ever went to prison. And while I was going to see him in prison, and this is where I get my shit from, This is why I say what I say about certain situations. My old man used to tell me all the time, look, man, I'm here and you there. I can't save you. So the choices you make in life is going to be your motherfucking choices. I'm not into saving people. So whatever you do, you going to have to stand on that shit. But I didn't take that shit and run with it. You got to understand, my mind couldn't process what he was saying. Although I was seeing that shit. I was seeing the prison before I went to motherfucking prison. I was already seeing that shit. So when people talk about turnkeys and building tenants and all that shit, I live with one. I live with one. So I can get the actual facts. I don't have to guess what happened. You know, all the people that like what Dr. Larry was talking about in his words before he passed, my old man was there. So I didn't have to get that shit from YouTube. All I had to do is pick up the phone and call him. And he gonna tell me. Who better to give it to me than him? And when I caught this motherfucking case, and by the way, my old man got out in 1978. Ain't never seen the inside of a motherfucking cell since. Never. He ain't never seen the inside of a cell since. Because he knew one thing. He had to have the motherfucking mindset to stay free. That's why I tell people, people always got freedom of speech with me. Because I understand that it's not me that's got you fucked up. It's your situation got you fucked up. But you don't even see that shit yet. And that's why I say, you know, old man, he gonna tell me straight up anyway. He gonna tell you what you acting like and what you ain't acting like. And when me and him have a conversation, he ain't tailoring no words. He gonna tell you exactly what's on his motherfucking mind. You know why? Because he's not intimidated by shit. No situation, no man, no person, no nothing. He not intimidated. And he's still here today. He's still here today, still living today. Look young as ever. Ain't no doubt. But like I say, man, to each his own, man. You figure this shit out however you want to figure it out, man. Whatever floats your boat, man. But at the end of the day, man, guess what? It's a hell of a price to pay, man. And I understand one thing. You can have all the motherfucking money in the world. All the money in the world. But if you ain't free, you ain't got shit. If you ain't free, you ain't got a fucking thing, man. Freedom is the most priceless thing that a man can ever have. And that's something people got to learn and to understand. And when they understand that, the mindset will change. The mindset will change. Ain't no doubt. It's like life over life. Tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about it. But sometimes we wake up too late. Sometimes we wake up too late. And that's why I always tell people, don't get what I got, man. Don't get what I got. I thought I was so motherfucking smart when I went to court. I knew these motherfuckers had everything they needed to pin me to the cross. But that's me was being naive about the situation. Guess what happened? They offered me 35 years. I turned that shit down and told them to crank it up. That's me listening to the motherfuckers on the outside. That's the young me that didn't want to be accountable for the shit that I did. And went to court, and them hoes gave me everything. Went to court, and them hoes gave me everything. But at the end of the day, man, everybody can't survive up under that pressure, man. Sometimes other presses bust pipes, right? Uh, I survived that shit. I survived that shit. But I only survived it when I started to hold me accountable for the shit that I did. Ain't nobody sent me no motherfucking work. Everything I did it, man. Everything I did it. And that's real. Regardless of the fact whether motherfucker say he did it, he did it, he did it. I put myself in a position for a motherfucker to even say that. And that's why it blow me away when I see motherfuckers still putting themselves in a position to where a motherfucker say he did it. But not knowing what's on the back end of that shit. The back end of that shit is treacherous. The back end of that shit is real, real treacherous, man. So, anyway, man, I'm gonna be late where I'm going because I'm 30 minutes past my motherfucking time, man. But that's all right. It was time well spent, man. And for those that tapped in this morning, man, you can have selective hearing. But what you can't have is not knowing the truth about your motherfucking situation and what you in. Don't have that. And like I always say, don't mind the man because you just might miss the message. I don't have to agree with you in everything you saying to be able to understand that what you telling me is the motherfucking truth. And it might not resonate right now. It might resonate when you lay down. That's the reset button, right? Yeah, salute, man. Salute, LC. Ain't no doubt. So, man, y'all stay up, man. Y'all stay free. Once again, stay up, stay free. And remember one thing, man. You can't hold every conversation as you hold with everybody else. Sometimes you have to tailor your words, man. Tailor your words to the conversation, man. Because most people can't handle certain shit, man. Until Monday, 6 a.m. sharp, remember every day is game 7. Treat it like it's game 7. Salute.